Good afternoon, friends. Have you noticed that no one has been talking too much about Bitcoin lately? All of your friends have moved on. They're not checking anymore, and even the news media is barely mentioning Bitcoin lately. I even recently checked out Google Trends and noticed that there isn't much discussion about Bitcoin at all. No one's searching for it. It is good to be accumulating Bitcoin right now while the crowd is ignoring Bitcoin. This is the best possible time period ever, literally. The last thing you want to do is chasing an asset when it's making a rapid move up. That's usually the wrong time to be buying. This applies in reverse. When everybody is talking about the price movement of Bitcoin and is having an epic run, perhaps doubling in a short time, that's a warning sign you're in a manic bubble. But we are not in a manic bubble right now, not by any stretch of the imagination. The Bitcoin market right now seems like it's about to be unleashed in the next few months. The interesting thing to keep in mind is that while the crowd lacks an interest in Bitcoin, it still remains a remarkable asset whether people are talking about it or not. It's about whether it has utility. The government still is printing $1 trillion every 100 days. $1 trillion! That's really so much money you can't really fathom it. It's pretty incredible. Central bank liquidity is growing. In 2022, liquidity declined. That's when a lot of things crashed, including crypto. But central banks are printing money once again. The reason for the money printing has to do with large federal budget deficits, paying off interest, and economically destructive climate change laws, which cost a lot of money. It's not cheap to focus on this climate change stuff. President Trump has said he is a pro-crypto candidate. He is likely to win the election. This means that there will be more widespread adoption and favorable policies towards crypto going forward, including things like allowing traditional banks to offer crypto to their customers. A lot of bureaucratic rules, regulations, and uncertainty over how the federal government deals with Bitcoin are likely to be canceled, and that's good. We don't want those kinds of destructive regulations, and that will allow Bitcoin to go up, but it's best to buy before these changes actually happen, because that's when the price is less likely to be way higher. So I think it's important to buy it now, not later. We are still in the due diligence era for large institutions. They may want to add 1% of crypto to their portfolio. This could also cause a massive flow of more money going into crypto going forward from here. One reason why institutions may have an easier time getting into Bitcoin is because they could just buy Bitcoin ETFs now. Bitcoin ETFs are literally an easier on-ramp towards crypto. And a lot of institutions do want to get into crypto. They are probably discussing it, trying to see if they can, what their clients think. And they might start to think, you know what, this might be a better thing to have in the portfolio than bonds, because when it comes to Bitcoin, there is no counterparty risk. We are several months after a halving, which has actually reduced the reward for mining, but this has also restricted the supply of new Bitcoin, which is also a good thing if we want Bitcoin to go up, which of course we do. Globally, Bitcoin can indeed continue to generate quite a lot of adoption. Imagine you are living in a country where the government likes to print money, like Turkey, or where the regime is incredibly authoritarian, such as the Taliban or Communist China. In such a case, people want to own Bitcoin because it's a one form of freedom. They don't have to deal with bank accounts that can be frozen and things of that sort. Even in a country like Canada, where they froze the accounts of the Canadian truckers, this shows you why it is so important to have Bitcoin, a decentralized asset. So I actually think right now is a time period where buying makes sense, especially because there's no hype. We're after a halving, and there really is an incredible amount of money printing that's coming around. I mean, this is a presidential election year, so the federal government will continue to keep the liquidity going and print a lot of money, and that has always been bullish for Bitcoin. Right now, we're kind of basically in a spring where the Bitcoin is kind of like this, and it's just ready for it to be coiled up when the right catalyst happens, and it's impossible to really predict what that will be. So I'm holding for now, and I believe that Bitcoin will be shooting up quite a bit. So if you like this video, Please click the like button, subscribe. I hope that I've helped give you some ideas, and feel free to send me a message in the comments below. Thanks.